What's up, guys? Josh Mosiman here. Welcome to This Week in MXA, episode number 60, presented to you by O'Neill Racing. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, we're going to talk about what's going on in the industry and what MXA is up to, what we are up to during the week. We just got done at Anaheim 3 Supercross. I got to hang out all day at press day, interview all the riders, ask them about the sand section. That was the topic I wanted to talk about. What do they think about sand and Supercross? Because there's no sand at the practice tracks. There's no sand when they're riding during the week. They're setting their bikes up for Supercross whoops, bull turns, ruts, jumps, rhythm lanes, not for sand sections. Sand sections are one-off exotics that really only come at the races. So I asked them that hot hitting question. And in this video, we're also going to talk about MAV TV taking over the streaming service for the Outdoor Nationals. Got some information on that and more. MXA has been busy testing. I'm going to be racing a couple nationals. We'll talk about that in this video. Let's get into it. All right, starting things off, we're going to talk about the nationals and the new MAV TV Plus streaming service that's going to be covering it. So ever since 2014, MAV TV has been the main provider of TV, live TV, for the first motos at the nationals. We all know there's two motos, Moto 1 and Moto 2, 250, 450 classes. MAV TV has always done the first motos. Now for 2022, they're going to do both motos, and they're going to be on linear TV and online streaming service with the MAV TV Plus service. So it's kind of like the Peacock Premium service, only it's kind of a bummer because people are paying for Peacock during Supercross. But if you do the month-to-month plan, you can cancel that. It's $5.99 a month to do Peacock, and you get live TV from other channels. You get movies and shows that are backlogged. So that's pretty cool with Peacock. Now there's a limited time offer for MAV TV Plus that's going to be $6.99 per month, or you can do $99 for the whole season, for the whole year with the MAV TV Plus. And MAV TV is really a lot of motocross and a lot of racing oriented channels. So they're going to be doing sprint car racing, a little bit of NASCAR, the ATV series, and a lot more racing going on with MAV TV. So that's pretty cool. You'll be able to see lots of cool races on there. Another thing to note, Lucas Oil is the title sponsor of the Pro Motocross series. They own MAV TV and the whole operation and production that MAV TV is. So the connection between MAV TV and motocross is Lucas Oil, and the connection there kind of all entangles up, and it's cool. It works out good. It's also going to be good for international viewers like Australia's fans of Jet Lawrence and Hunter Lawrence. They're going to be able to watch with the MAV TV Plus app, where they've previously haven't been able to use the Peacock Premium app. So that's good for people in Australia, people in France, fans of Dylan Ferrandis. They can watch with MAV TV Plus, as well as 22 total countries internationally is what they have currently with MAV TV Plus. I'm excited about the nationals as well. I just got my Pro Motocross license renewed. I raced Hangtown last year on a bone stock KTM 450. That was super fun. I'm going to race a couple more nationals this season. I don't know exactly what the bike will look like or what it will be, but it's probably not going to be stock. I did that story once. It was brutal, and we're probably going to have some suspension valved up for this one for the first couple nationals I'll do this year. So looking forward to that. I'm going to be number 171. Super cool. 71 was the 2-digit national number that I earned and raced with in 2018 when I last raced pro full time. Now 171 is kind of a tribute to that. Highlighting the 450 division, it was all Jason Anderson and Eli Tomac show out front. Those guys were on another level. It looked like Tomac was going to catch up to Anderson, but after making a huge mistake in the whoops, you could see Eli Tomac toned it down to play it smart, finish second place. He still holds a point lead over Jason Anderson, who's moved into second place in the standings. He's 12 points ahead of Jason Anderson. 18 points back is Chase Sexton in third place now. So that championship is going to be a lot of fun to watch this year. It's going to be exciting to see if Tomac can get it, or if Anderson can get it, or if somebody else is going to make a run for it. But sadly, for Cooper Webb fans, he is struggling. He got another 8th place last weekend at Anaheim 3. So it's going to be interesting to see if the KTM guys can step it up as they go to the East Coast with some softer dirt. We've seen Malcolm Stewart, he's been riding well, and Marvin Musquin, he was riding well in 3rd place at Anaheim 3, but he went down when he ran into a lapped rider in the sand section. Cade Clayson obviously didn't know that Marvin was right behind him, got a little sideways in the sand. It's hard to control yourself in there. Musquin went down, ended up 5th place. Next up, we got to highlight the 250 class briefly. Vince Freeze, crazy that he was able to overcome all of the controversy and just negative backlash he got after Glendale to get on the podium for the first time in a long time and finish second place right behind his nemesis, Christian Craig, who easily won the main event. Christian was phenomenal in the long 14 pack of whoops, and he went on to extend his points lead in the 250 West division. Now he has a 28-point lead over my brother, who's second, Hunter Lawrence. He's 29 points back in third, and he had a brutal get off, DNF the main event in the whoops. Post-race, Honda released a statement, and he released a statement that he's okay, just banged up. They didn't really explain what was hurting him, but he missed out. My brother got a good start. He was up there with Christian Craig, Hunter Lawrence, and Vince Freeze off the start, and he went down on the opening laps in the sand section, dropped all the way back to 14th place, came through the pack. A lot of guys were down, a lot of guys were injured, a lot of guys didn't show up, including Joe Shimoda, who had that brutal crash in the heat race while battling with Garrett Marchbanks for the heat race win. Joe Shimoda was hauled off the track with a leg injury. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to race the main event, so we're looking forward to having him back on the track, hopefully at Seattle in about 6 weeks. But in the main event, my brother came from 14th to second. I had my eyes glued on him. I was really focused on that. He passed Vince Freeze, then he crashed in the whoops. And I poked a little fun at him in the post-race press conference. I said, hey, is there a riders meeting going on at the end of the whoop section? Because everybody was hanging out there. And that was pretty funny. But he got up. Vince Freeze passed him as he was trying to start the bike. It took a while for him to get the bike started. He had to put it in the neutral. He went on to finish third. And we also got to dive into our interviews that I got on Friday at Supercross. I had a lot of fun interviewing Eli Tomac, Cooper Webb, Carson Brown, Joe Shimoda, and a lot of the different guys, asking them what they think about sand sections in Supercross. Personally, watching, it's a lot of fun to check out sand sections, but I know for the riders and the mechanics, sometimes it can be difficult. Sometimes it can kind of spread the race out and have riders make mistakes that they normally wouldn't make if there wasn't a sand section. So it's definitely a challenge. It's definitely fun for fans to watch, especially in qualifying. Seeing Justin Barcia mash through the sand section in qualifying, that's a lot of fun. He's on it in there. So let's dive into these interviews that I got from Friday at Supercross talking about the sand.
All right, congratulations on last 2 rounds. Before we talk about that, I'm asking everybody the same question. What's it like having a sand section on Supercross? Are you a fan of them? Are you not? Is it hectic? Does it make the racing closer, or does it make it more spread out? Like, what's it like having sand in Supercross?
I go back and forth on them all the time, but I'll say 80% of the time I don't like it, and a lot of times it turns one line. I mean, yeah, there's always some crashing or some mistakes in them, but a lot of the times it's kind of fun on the leader. I mean, yeah, like just follow the leader. So most of the time I'm not a fan of sand.
Yeah, and does it?
A lot of times too, if it. I mean, like I look at this one, right, and there's a bend in it, and normally when there's a little bend in it, it's probably going to be one line. I think the sand should just be more in a straight line, and a lot of the times the turns don't work.
Yeah. You remember, was it Tampa Supercross in 2018, that long rhythm straightaway they had of sand?
Yep.
How was that?
See, that's what I'm a fan of,
really?
Is that style, because you're going to get more than one line, and you're not turning in it.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
That's fair. And then...
That being said, though, it seems like the track builders have gotten better at making those turns work both ways. Like they've gotten it down pretty well to where they cut 2 dozer lines in it.
Yeah. Is it weird having Supercross suspension, going from a hard pack track to?
It makes it hard. It makes it hard. You gotta think about what you're doing when you go into the section.
Totally.
Yep.
Totally. All right, and then dude, you're starting off the season like on fire.
Not a huge sand section guy, especially in Supercross. Outdoors, I love the sand, but it's tough in Supercross, man. It tends to make everything pretty one line in that area, and as far as vision, it makes it tough when you're behind someone, because it's not like a natural sand. It's that beach sand that's brought in and just super fine. So I'm not a huge fan, to be fair, for Supercross.
And is it hard with Supercross suspension going through the sand?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you set your bike up for Supercross obstacles, and then the sand is more motocrossy. So it's tough, and it's like I said, I think it's mainly just because it's such a fine sand and it's bottomless,
Totally. All right, and then we're 5 rounds into the season, getting ready for round 6, Anaheim 3, then we're headed east after this. What's it like to be Cooper Webb right now?
It's been up and down to be Cooper Webb, but no, it was a good week. Back in Anaheim, last West Coast rounds. Last one out here for a little bit, and then we get to head east, which I'm excited about. I live in Florida now, so for me, being on the East Coast feels a lot more homey. Yeah, but it's gone by quick, man. It really has. Round 6, and I feel like we just started yesterday. So it's time to get after it, though, no doubt.
Cool. And obviously, still getting comfortable with the bike and stuff like that. So what's that process been like? And like what are you thinking about for A3? And are you getting more comfortable? And what can we expect?
Yeah, it's definitely been up and down as far as that goes. Learning a lot and building a lot of character for sure. But it is what it is. At this point, we're learning as much as we can and doing the best with what we got, and we'll see. It's every race we get to learn something new, and every Saturday's you never know, man. You never know what to expect. But I feel like I'm in a good spot to have a good result.
And we asked you this question a million times before the season started. You're with Aaron Plessinger now. You guys are buddies. You're 5 rounds in. What's it been like having your buddy in the rig again?
Yeah, it's been fun, man. He's a good breath of fresh air, and we still try to joke around. Definitely tough when you're not doing as good as you want, but overall, he's been a great teammate.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Sand section in Supercross, I don't mind it, but if you get bad start and you're sprayed, I mean, sometimes the sand goes in your eyes, right?
Yeah.
And which you can't see the next obstacle sometimes, and that's a little bit sketchy.
Yeah, for sure. What about, do you prefer, do you think it's good to have sand sections in Supercross, or are you do you think it's fun to watch but not fun to ride, or what do you think about it?
Personally, I like to have sand section on the track.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, and we're back at Anaheim for round 3. We're getting ready to race round 6 of the season. What's it like to be Joe Shimoda right now? What they think about sand sections in Supercross? What do you think?
I think when they're done right, they're sick. I think that the key is making sure that there's 2 definite lines. Building kind of a steep sand bank on the inside and the outside, just so that there's 2 lines formed. Because when they leave it just to us, especially with time practice, you're just going for the fastest line every time.
Yeah.
Only 1 line develops, and then the whole thing kind of creates a little V.
Yeah.
So as long as they do 2 separate lines, I think they're killer.
Okay, sick. And what about this one? I mean, you're going to come into it with sand, and then you're going to turn and hit rollers.
Yeah, I mean, this one, if it stays the way it is right now, it's going to be really 1 line. So hopefully the guys are, going to come out and the sand changes. It could be 1 lined all day, and then the guys in the dozer right before the main go out and totally change it.
Yeah.
So, they'll probably watch practice, see how it develops, and then after practice, they'll probably kind of reshape the sand, and they try to make it more of a 2-line setup by the time we get out for the race. So I'm sure this will be good. This is kind of, it's tight right in the rollers, so, the goggle guys are going to be having fun this weekend.
And last question, you're 5 rounds in, getting ready for 6.
Yeah.
How's it been?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Obviously, first round was a little bit rough, but we've built from there. At pretty much every round, we've gotten better. Even if the results don't show it, we've been making a lot of progress, and the bike's been honestly amazing. The whole team's been great, and yeah, we're sitting 8th in points right now after last weekend. I know at the Triple Crowns they just caused so much carnage, so it kind of worked in my favor. But yeah, feeling good headed into the last round, and I'm super happy.
And what happened at the first round? I saw you coming off, and I saw a brutal picture afterwards. So can you explain what happened?
Yeah, I knocked one of my teeth out, but the main thing was I cut the bottom of my mouth so bad I had to get some stitches in there and get all that sorted. I wanted to finish tonight, but they said it was too much of a choking hazard. So yeah, luckily it healed super fast. Joe, my buddy at True Dentistry, he got me all fixed up. So it was great.
Nice, that's awesome. All right, and sand sections. I'm asking every rider the same question. What do you think about sand sections on Supercross?
I think they're always good until you find yourself on the ground. They're good. It's tricky with Supercross suspension. I know a lot of guys hate it, but it's good for the fans either way.
All right, well, good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Chris, you're a mechanic for number 61. Who's that?
That is Fast Freddie Noren, the toughest dude in Supercross, I assure you.
And what do you think about sand sections on a Supercross track?
I am not a fan of them. I mean, it means cleaning the air filter, it means cleaning the bike, it means going down for weird reasons. Not a fan.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Freddie, what do you have to say about sand sections on a Supercross track?
You know, I would like to say the same, except I don't have to change my air filter or clean the bike. Yeah. But sand, I'd rather just keep it on the outdoor track, so I like no sand. But it does mix it up a little bit. It goes for some good racing, so maybe it's good. Maybe I just need to be a little bit better through the sand on a Supercross track. Maybe I'll like it more, but not saying I'm bad. I'm actually really good, but I like the dirt.
What about your hand? How's that doing?
My hand, I would show you guys, but I got my glove on. It will take me longer to take it off and put it back on, but it's feeling a lot better, which is good, and I'm running my UFO handguards. That helps a lot. The roost right now is really the main part, so then I've been dealing with a lower back issue for a little over a week before Phoenix, so that's really my main problem right now, is trying to deal with that, but we'll see. I haven't ridden all week. Today will be our first day on the bike since Phoenix, so we'll see how it goes.
Nice. And what's it like just to get rest day? Like, does that help you out a little bit?
Yeah. I don't know yet. I haven't done one in a while, so this is the first one in a long time. So we'll see, I guess. But I'm sure it will be beneficial, and it's good to be out here talking to you guys, you know, promoting sponsors and doing media stuff with Supercross. So it's good to be out here, and it will be good to ride the track a little bit as well, I'm sure. So yeah, all in all, it's a positive thing.
Cool. And you got more sponsors, like returning sponsors and new sponsors. So like, who's helping you get here?
Yeah. So Brown's RV Superstore is a huge one that came aboard. That's a new one for me. It's been huge. And then Cole Racing, which is Chris Cole right behind me here, he's been a big part of the program, and I have a lot of amazing sponsors like CVD, Integrity Electric, a lot of bike sponsors, Armor Graphics, Gut Seat Covers, FXR, 60, X-Brand, the list goes on. There's a lot of great people coming on board to make this happen, so I'm super pumped on that. It's really amazing.
Sweet. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
What do you think about sand sections in Supercross?
I'm personally not a fan, especially with the 90-degree corner going right into them, little tight corner. So yeah, that's just my preference. I'm not a fan of them, but I don't mind them. You know, it's just part of it. So
yeah, is it challenging Supercross suspension in the sand?
Oh, for sure.
Going straight from a rhythm section with hard packed dirt into it? Or
for sure. That change of dirt is it's not the best with the Supercross suspension, but you know, everyone's got to deal with it. So
nice. And then what about for you? You ride 250 in the 450 class. What's the reasoning for it?
Just getting ready for the East Coast rounds. Just getting more experience, and I figured it'd be best to be nice and warmed up before next weekend. So
I like it.
Oh yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Next up, I want to highlight our latest Inside the Pros Bikes video on Christian Craig's Star Racing Yamaha 250F. The Star Racing team, the powerhouse team is what we like to call it. These guys have definitely some strong motorcycles, super fast motorcycles. For 2022, they got the electric water pipe on the side of the bike, which we've done a video. We interviewed their team manager, Jensen Hendler, talking about the benefits of that. Interesting to note, Christian Craig runs the KYB PSF1 air forks on his Yamaha. So that's always an interesting topic to see those guys running that. Check out that video on our YouTube channel and our website, as his mechanic, Brent Duff, goes into detail about that bike. All right, guys, the East Coast Championship is starting up this weekend, so it's going to be fun to see Jet Lawrence, Max Voland, Jeremy Martin, Levi Kitchen, Cameron McAdoo, Austin Faulkner, RJ Hampshire, and guys like that racing this Saturday at Minneapolis. But it's time for me to get back to work. We are at Glen Helen. We get out of the MXA rolling studio here that we have, aka my sprinter van, and get back to testing. We got KTM Factory Edition here. We got KX450 SR on the track right now. We have the Suzuki 450 here, and we're doing some rides today. It's gonna be fun. And the Rockstar Husky guys are here as well, testing some outdoor stuff. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. If you heard bikes in the background of this video, it's because I was filming in the van, and we got the track here in the background. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with more videos, to see what we're testing today. See you guys in the next one.